Tanya.
What's up, John?
I tell you what's up. We're going to talk about mega cruise ships versus smaller cruise ships.
Stay tuned.
I had friends come up to me and ask me, what do I prefer? Mega cruise ships, like the Wonder of the Sea, the brand new XL class, the Jubilee, Celebration, or smaller ships like the Rhapsody of the Sea, what was when we went on, Elation, ships like that. So I decided, we did, to break it down and to give you the pros and cons of the mega versus the small. Are you ready?
Sure.
Let's do this. Okay. So first thing on a mega cruise ship, you have more food options. That's for sure. More
Restaurants, whether it's the specialty restaurants
Right.
or the little stand restaurants.
right. So keep in mind, if you want to go to specialty restaurants, that's an upcharge. So that's a drawback.
But like he's saying, there are more options on a larger ship.
That's true. Seafood restaurants,
Steak. Oh well, it's one
Teppanyaki.
steakhouse. But yeah, a variety of taste. It'll hit a variety of taste buds.
Yep. What do you call it? Italian, of course, the steakhouse.
Yep.
Most of the smaller ships have the staple steakhouse, Italian
Italian,
restaurant, and maybe one more, and that's about it. I guess it's up to the person if they have a taste bud that wants to explore different foods, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I get that a push because if you go on a small or large, you will have a specialty restaurant you can go to. So I give that a push. Okay. Mega ships have more entertainment than smaller ships. True or false? What do you think?
Not as far as like the stage shows. They'll always have one on the small ships too, but
Right.
they have multiple on the large. Like they might have one night they're playing this stage show,
Yep.
and then they'll tell you a couple nights later there's another one with a different name. Where on the smaller ship it might be the same stage show played multiple nights.
Right. And one thing I noticed about the mega ships, they got dedicated areas for like karaoke,
Yeah.
the piano bar, comedy club, nightclub bars,
Yep.
and stuff like that. So I'm going to give the
Yeah.
edge for entertainment to the
Yeah.
mega ships.
And yes, because they also, and we experienced this on Wonder of the Seas with Royal Caribbean, they have the ice skating rink shows.
Yes.
And they also open the ice skating rink up for you to ice skate.
And aqua.
Yeah, and the aqua show. Oh,
Yeah.
the aqua theater. Oh, that was awesome.
Right, it was.
That
it
was awesome.
So I'm going to give the mega ships the edge on entertainment for sure. Okay, so
And I'm going to link the aqua show up here so you guys can see that. That was probably more amazing to see in person, but at least you'll have somewhat of an idea.
yeah, it's I'd say half swimmers, half acrobats, half craziness.
Yeah, and check out our other videos to see some of the other shows because when I'm able to or allowed to video them, I do. So if you look at our channel, you'll see a lot of the shows that we've filmed.
Yeah.
But
Okay, so mega ships versus small ships about the lines. Definitely the mega ships have longer lines.
yeah, there's more people. So
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, and again, we experienced that on Wonder.
Right.
Crazy lines, and there's with no rhyme or reason. They
Right.
weren't even straight lines. They were
Debarkation
just going
takes
in everywhere. Yep.
debarkation to islands take longer. To embarkate on a boat.
Anytime you're on a cruise with the size of the ship and the more people that are
gonna
on that
take
cruise, longer. So allow that.
Right. So the smaller ships, easy on, easy off, less crowds.
Before you get to the smaller,
Yeah.
though I did notice with the Mega that with our excursions, they actually gave us times to meet. So they were trying to
Yes.
thin it out, the crowds going off the ship at the same
to
time.
alleviate the crowds and getting off.
That did help, but
it did.
it was a little confusing for some because
Right.
they're not used to that.
And not only that, like we like our specialty coffees in the morning to wake up. And on the smaller ships, we'll go there, might have to wait 1 or 2 people, get our coffee, and away we go. The mega ships, you might wait a half hour before you get a specialty coffee. So keep that in mind. With the bigger ships, more cruisers. All right.
It doesn't make it less fun, though.
No, it does not. It's just you got to pack your patience. Okay, so mega ships have more fun, as in water parks.
Yeah, there's definitely more water slides.
Right.
Splash areas for the kids.
Right.
Rock climbing walls, golf courses. Although some of the smaller ship has the golf courses,
right.
but it's not as elaborate. Yeah,
right?
Yep.
Not, and they might have the simulators as like was that the Flow Rider or the one?
Or the thing you did, the rope course.
Yeah. I won't do
some of the
that
bigger
again.
ships
Right.
have the rope course. Oh,
right. Keep in mind, some of these fun activities cost money, like was it Bolt, the roller coaster on Carnival?
A little bit extra.
Costs
it's worth
extra.
trying at least once, though.
Right. The high fly or zip cord, rip line, whatever it's called, where you simulate your skydiving.
That was on Royal Caribbean.
It does cost more. So just keep in mind, yes, more fun, but there's upcharge to these too. Also,
to some of them, because was there not one for Flow Rider, or is there a charge?
No, Flow Rider, I believe.
Flow Rider, we don't
free.
think there was an upcharge for
Right.
that. So.
9 times out of 10, the arcade's a lot bigger on the mega ships than.
Oh, for arcade, yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to give a little check to the mega ship, because I think they have a little bit more entertainment for kids.
As far as that.
Yeah. Just slightly. Just slight. So, okay, mega ships, they're getting so big nowadays. I mean, it is monstrous how big these ships are getting. And how big they're getting, they have a big downfall. They cannot get into some ports anymore. So,
Yep.
if you're looking to discover new ports, what you've never been to, you might have no option but to go on a smaller ship.
Unless there's a port you haven't been to and you're able to go on a smaller, but
Yeah, it's just it's the way it is. I mean,
yeah, a lot of there's like bridges and different things, and
Yeah,
these ships just can't get through or go.
Or it's not dredged out deep enough for the bigger ships to come into their port, and that's reality.
Isn't that the case with like Alaska and some of the bigger ships couldn't get through?
Yep. So there's a limit to the size of a ship up to Alaska. So it's reality. So definitely, if you want to see more exotic islands to smaller ports, I give the big kudo to smaller ships. That's most definitely. All right. So when you're on a mega ship, we're talking 5,000 cruisers on up. The crew is so busy that they might not remember you because they're dealing with a lot of cruisers.
Yeah, unless it's your room steward.
Right.
I mean, they're pretty personable, but if you don't have my time dining and you're getting a different waiter every night, sometimes with so many people, they're not as personable as if,
On a smaller ship,
they do get to know you.
They get to know you. They get to remember who you are.
But that doesn't mean that on the bigger ship, they're not friendly at all. They're very friendly.
Right.
It just means it's less personable, like less one-on-one to really get to know you. And, they might say hi. They'll always say hi, but maybe they won't add your name because they have so many names to remember.
Mr. John, Miss Tanya.
Yeah, we get that all the time.
Right. So the more personal level, definitely the smaller ships. So I give an edge there. All right. So on the mega ships, there's more stores that you can shop on the ship. That's for sure. There's a lot more stores because there's a lot more space. Now on the smaller ships, there's less stores, But one thing I noticed.
They offer more deals.
Exactly. Exactly. So.
And that doesn't mean the big ships don't offer deals.
No.
But we do notice more often on the smaller that we are seeing the bigger deals.
Yep. Most definitely. So it's like a yin yang. Do you want to have more stores you want to shop at, or less stores, better deals? That I give that a push.
But I'm gonna have to be honest though. Better deals doesn't always mean on a cruise ship better quality, because for instance, I don't remember the ship we were on, and my son was with us, and he had bought a watch.
Oh yeah, it broke within an hour.
Broke. No, he was off the ship and it had already broke.
Oh, no kidding.
The hand fell off. And
that sucks because now you can't return
and he was so excited because he got a good deal and it was a nice looking watch.
Right.
And you can't return it anywhere in the States, so he was just SOL. No, if he was on the ship, he would have definitely went back.
Right.
But no, we were already off the ship and I think was in the airport getting ready to fly home. And he's like, look, the little hand was just, it was just not. It wasn't worth even the deal. So be very cautious on what
buyer
you're buying.
beware.
Yep, buyer beware.
Buyer beware.
It wasn't real gold either or anything, which he knew that. But
on the mega ships, there's so many people that the odds of running into someone twice, 3 times is slim.
Yeah, let's say you meet someone.
Unless you decide to meet in a certain area.
Yeah, on a bigger ship, if you run into someone one time and you really hit it off talking with them and, we'll catch up with you later. Sometimes catching up with you later never happens.
Or make sure you make a meeting place.
Yeah, if you want to really run into them again, yeah, definitely. Because you may not see them again, or you may see them walking off the ship when you're, getting off.
On the other hand, on the smaller ships, you'll run into people all the time.
Yep, that
you
you've
meet
talked
them.
to.
You probably run into them 2, 3, 4 times on the cruise and talk with them more. So there's that more personal, making friends atmosphere on the smaller ships. So it all depends what you want. I give this a personal decision, what you want. If you want to just don't worry about making friends or talking to people, if you want to meet
some
friends.
people just go on vacation and they just want to enjoy their time.
Yep.
And actually they don't want to be around other people.
Nope.
They want to enjoy coming out when it's not as crowded and staying in their room on their balcony or.
Right. So I give that a personal decision. Okay. So we touched on this a little bit. Longer waits on the boat. We did touch on that on the ship. If you go maybe for
an excursion or something.
Going to your excursion, specialty coffees. Up at the bar is going to take you longer to get a drink.
It's kind of like that on the smaller ships too, but maybe not as bad.
Right.
But there's still waits. But not as. Obviously, like I said, again, comes down to less people.
Absolutely. Mega cruise ships, which you can look up right now, is more expensive to smaller ones. Good example, Icon of the Sea, Royal Caribbean. Last time I looked, I think the best deal I can get is $1,400 a person. Interior. Why you can, and that's a 7-day cruise. Why you can go on, I believe, Rhapsody of the Sea or Grandeur of the Sea for $550 a person.
For interior. So yeah, that price will come down as the ship gets older, I believe. But right now,
you can get better deals on the smaller ships than the large ones right now.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is.
But it's preference. If you want to get on there before it's an older ship and you want to get up there, do it.
Not only preference, could be a financial issue too. Mm-hmm. So it's all depends what your personal finances and what you want to. But definitely you can get better.
Asleep.
Is he? Oh, jeez. No, I'm not, Mom. I'm awake.
For those that just are new to our channel, this is our sidekick, Charlie, and he loves our videos. Loves being in them.
Yeah, he's a ham, all right. So definitely the great deals are on the smaller ships. Okay, we touched on more kid options are on the bigger mega ships. Not saying the smaller ships, they will have the kid area
Yeah,
from
but they
0
have-
to 1 year
Yeah.
and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah, but they also have activities like I don't know, on
The
one ship.
Oceaneer,
Yeah, well,
right.
there's activities like that they'll have throughout the day.
Yeah.
Maybe sometimes they're going on while people are in port, or
Scavenger
one
hunts.
time they had the Red
Right.
Solo Cup thing where it was for
Oh, yeah,
adults
yeah, yeah.
and kids.
That was funny. Yeah.
Different ships have different activities, so they should all be on your programs you get either in your room or you can get at the guest service desk.
Right. So this is next one I'm going to talk about. So this is my personal, and if anyone feels the same way, please comment below. Okay, so when I'm on a mega ship, which I was on the Wonder of the Sea and also the Carnival Celebration, I feel rushed to see the whole ship because it's so big. It's like my two favorite areas on a mega ship is Summer's Landing on the Celebration XL ship. That's where the Pig and Anchor is. I just love that area. It has the what's that? Hometown Heroes over
Yep.
there. The ice cream machine. It's just my favorite area. You can go out during Infinity Pool and a couple hot tubs. And on the Oasis class, especially the Wonder of the Sea, I love the boardwalk. Mm-hmm. That's my two favorite areas. But on a 7-day cruise, I feel like I'm getting rushed to see the ship because it's so big that there's so much to see that I'm missing out. Mm-hmm. That's just my opinion.
But if you are on a big ship and you are looking to enjoy the pool and you don't want to get off during a port day, that's your best time to enjoy the pool and there's hardly anybody in it.
Right.
So
Right.
if you're looking for something like that.
On the other hand, on the smaller ships, I don't have to worry about sitting in this area for too long because I know I can see the ship because it's smaller. And now I might sit here for a couple hours, walk around, go over here for a couple hours. I don't feel rushed. I feel relaxed. It's easier to go from one end of the ship to the other end of the ship. Oh man, when we were on the Odyssey of the Sea and also the Wonder of the Sea, it seemed like it took forever to walk from one end to the other end.
But there's a lot to see. So
There is.
I mean, it's not a negative necessarily, but
It's just
a lot of walking and a lot of, which is good because you eat good on a ship and maybe you want to do some extra walking.
it's just my personal thing. It's just that's me. That's my own personal opinion on that one. So okay, so with the mega ships, the mostly newer, because they're bigger and newer, they have more cabin selection. Every time they come out with a newer ship, they have something like, hey, we got this inside cabin where virtual window. Mm-hmm. Or, hey.
Or like on Royal, overlooking Central Park, overlooking the boardwalk,
Right.
overlooking different areas. So
Or the townhouse
and there's
suite.
some overlooking with just windows, and there's some overlooking with balconies, and
Right.
so you really have quite the options on those larger ships, the newer ones.
Right. So you might hit a category of balcony, but you got 4 different balconies to choose from. Or you want to go in a suite, but you got 6 different suites on the mega ships. More options. Definitely more cabin options on a mega ship. The smaller ships, you might have the basic ones. Your interior, your ocean view, maybe 2 or 3 balconies and maybe 2 or 3
Porthole windows.
right, maybe 2 or 3 suite options. A lot less options for
Still nice rooms.
yes. They're
Again,
nice
it comes
rooms.
down to budget and what you want to do.
Right. It's just less option on smaller ships for cabin type. Mm-hmm. And I noticed this one, and I know we talked about this before we did the video. On the mega ships, of course, they're newer. So I believe the decor in a room is more updated.
That's for sure.
Right.
Yes.
More USB, nicer decor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's some ships, the USB are not by your headboard, and we kind of like that.
Right.
We plug our phones in at night, set our alarms, whatever, if we have to get off the ship the next day. But I don't like it as much when you don't have a USB by the headboard. But
Right. And of course, the smaller ships, yeah, they might go through dry dock upgrades and all of
or
that.
you got to bring the special plugs.
Right. Right, you got our adapter for the 220 European 220, but you only can put so much in a cabin, so they might not have ample enough USB or so 42
And none
inch.
of the cruise lines, none of them that we've been on, have outlets in the bathroom. So for those that have never been on a cruise, there's no outlets in the bathroom.
What about the one up high?
I think that's for something else, or maybe it's something different. It is not an outlet. You cannot blow dry your hair in there, but most cruise lines have the little mirror and desk outside with plugs where you can sit and do your hair, your makeup, whatever. But you cannot, and I'm sure that is for safety reasons with the sink being right there. You're on a cruise ship. They don't want electrical.
Yeah, put a GFI in, so it's.
But I'm assuming that is why they don't have them in the bathroom.
Maybe.
If you know differently, let us know. But I think that's why. But I hate that. I like to be in the bathroom to get ready. When we're alone on the ship, it's fine. But when we have someone in our room with us, it's kind of nice to finish getting ready in the bathroom.
Yeah. So the smaller ships are older ships, most of them, because over the years, bigger is better. So they might have older 1990s, 2000 decor in the room. Maybe they got a flat screen that's only 24 inches instead of a 42-inch flat screen TV.
It's like the older ships with Carnival with that ugly orange carpet.
The burnt orange.
Charlie's laying down.
So what I like to see in the future, I know Carnival just announced another XL class ship, and Royal Caribbean just announced their 7th Oasis class ship. Very good. I'm glad they're building new ships. But I would like to see maybe a class of smaller ships, but updated, brand new. So for the people that want to go on the smaller ships, they're there with the updates, with the new decor, and the new feel of a smaller ship.
Well, the money's on the bigger ships when they can fit more people. So I believe that's why they're doing these bigger ships. And one cruise line is trying to outdo the other. So they're going bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're going to get... I saw this one photo on Facebook one time. It was like literally a ship, but it was like a whole floating city. And there was a comment on there about them being on, a floor of a skyline or something on the ship. It's a joke. It's not a real ship, but I thought it was funny.
I can see that in 20 years, though.
It's a whole, cars driving a whole city on a ship.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
Yeah, you'll just drive your car right on your cruise, and it's no. Yeah. I don't know if I'd go on that, but
a mile-long cruise ship. I can see that coming.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just I just like to see maybe one of the mega cruise line, Royal, Carnival, MSC, make a smaller Norwegian, because they got mega cruise ships too. Come up with a class of smaller cruise ships. You never know. You might be surprised how many people would go on a smaller cruise ship.
Yep.
Yep. All right. On that note, I think we covered it. Let me ask you this, Tanya.
You're going to put me on the spot again.
No, I'm not. You're experienced on mega cruise ships. You've been on quite a few, and you've been on small ones. What do you prefer?
I like both. I like both.
Okay.
I can't pick. I like you touched on, the smaller ones being more personable. Mm-hmm. The big ones, they can be personal too. If you're out there more, they really remember you. Trust me. If you're out there saying hi more and you're tipping well, and then they're going to remember you.
Yeah.
No matter what size boat you're on or ship.
Right.
But I can't really say, because I would have said smaller if you would have asked me before we went on to Royal. But once we went on Wonder of the Seas and all that, now I wouldn't be able to decide, because I did enjoy the larger class as well. So what about you?
I definitely would want to go on a ship bigger than the Elation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only because the Elation doesn't have balconies.
Right.
But if you're not looking, so Carnival Elation does not have balconies. If you're going to go cruise on that, just letting you know, they don't have balconies.
My favorite size. I'm not saying I won't go on it again, because I will, because I like them. But where I feel the most comfortable is the Dream class. So it'll be like the Freedom class and Royal Caribbean, and the Vista class. They're like
Mid-size.
they're about anywhere from 3,000 up to 4,800 passengers.
That's a
for
good
those
amount.
planes.
You get bigger than that, and
Yeah.
it really does. That is the downside to
Right.
the larger ships. It's just how many people. But keep in mind too, do not get overwhelmed. If you are taking your first cruise and you're watching this video, don't get overwhelmed, because you're going to see a massive amount of people boarding the ship,
Right.
and it's going to be overwhelming. And during the sail away party, you're going to see massive amounts of people.
Mm-hmm.
But for the rest of that week or whatever you're on your cruise, they spread out,
Right.
and it's a lot of fun. It's not like it is on day one. So
No.
do not get overwhelmed from day one, because
Right.
you might be thinking, well, why did I get myself onto this ship?
Absolutely.
But they do. Even on the smaller ones, it's a massive amount. Looks like getting on, but even if it is only 3,000 people, seeing all them in one area trying to get on the ship can get crazy. But
Well, keep in mind
they
too,
spread out.
we're talking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,000 people. But even the smaller ships, still talking 2 to 2,500.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of people just see
Yeah.
all at once.
Yeah.
So anyway.
All right, I think we covered this pretty good. You like what you like, I like what I like, but you know what we like together?
Cruising.
Cruising. So on that note, we're going to end this video, and we'll see you on the next video side. And everyone take care today.
And if you are cruising or have a cruise upcoming, enjoy.
I'll stop my kiss. Okay.
Blow it.
Love you all. See you real soon.
Take care, everyone. Happy
Bye.
cruising.
Bye now.